Hey guys, this is Deadman. This video I'm bringing you an analysis as to why Akatsuki, one of the best Nepali teams, lose to Mamba Esports in ESL India Premiership Master League. Through this video we'll learn like how to take advantage of how to look at advantages and strengths of a draft and how you want to play to your advantage and how if you don't play to your advantage and timings can result in a loss, and also little things that dictate the pace of the game and little things that make you lose the game in an instant. Okay, so let's get right into it. So starting with the draft, we can see that Akatsuki have a lot of AoE teamfight with great wave clear, uh, but they have high CD cooldowns. While Umamba have lesser wave clear, but they have low CD abilities, which lets them keep fighting. But they have a lot of Umamba have quite a bit of building damage. They can take buildings real quick, while Akatsuki struggle to take buildings. So we see how these teams use their advantages and how they misuse what their drafts are capable of, and that's what leads to who wins and who loses. Moreover, if you look at Akatsuki's draft, you can also see that they have more disables than Yumamba, and Yumamba is playing against a Storm Spirit that is really hard to kill without a disable. So Akatsuki can press their advantage early and snowball, while Yumamba need to split and play the game because they have a hard carry such as a Morphling, while Akatsuki have a Razor, so let's see how this plays out. With that being said, with that being said, we'll take a look at just three fights in this game. Uh, Three fights that dictate this game, or uh, as to why, what mistake Akatsuki make after these fights, or how they take these fights wrong that make them lose the game. Our first fight comes in around at 17 minutes in. We see Akatsuki has decided on defending this tier 2 tower, even though all of you Mamba heroes are already assembled in position and Akatsuki themselves are not in position to defend this tower. We see that Sand King does not have a TP, while Reza has just finished farming his BKB and is heading for a refill. But Akatsuki decide to fight anyways by TPing in one by one, and this is what happens. So you remember seeing that Storm has completely used his mana and that Razor does not have a BKB anymore. They lurk around and Shondi lands Earth Splitter on the Storm Spirit who has no escape, and they kill him along with the Razor and moving to the Sand King with the IO joining in. This and ET just comes around, and this is what the casters call save your buddy syndrome. You just walk in trying to save your ally and you keep dying. And all this was for a tier 2, which at the end of this fight they lose the mid tier 2, which is more important to map control than the bottom tier 2, making this trade a complete swing in even games towards your numbers. favor. So it was completely not worth it. So from this we learned that it's better not to throw bodies at a tower which is dying. Rather, just get your item, wait for the right time, and then fight. It's like you take the fight on your terms, and it works out better for you. And even though it means that you're gonna lose a tower, it is completely alright. Another bonus which Yumamba get away with is the RS. Akatsuki choose not to react to it. Maybe they weren't sure it was happening, or maybe they just chose not to react to it. But Yumamba, they just walk into the RS pit, even though uh, Akatsuki have Sand King, Jakiro, and Storm Spirit, which are really good at contesting RS. They decide not to fight, and Yumamba get away with a free RS. So with this 8Gs on Morphling, Yumamba feel pretty confident to push further after taking tier 1 top, and this is what happens. We finally see here that with the right spell usage and targeting the right heroes, Akatsuki is easily able to disable and kill Yumamba heroes. But what they do next is what dictates them to lose the game instead of win it. They do not go back and try to control the map. The general thumb rule in Dota is that when you lose a fight on the enemy side of the map, you lose map control. Y- You don't necessarily use objective. This is true to the mid game where they do not have 100% push. And when you lose a fight on your side of the map, you are bound to lose an objective. So with this general thumb rule in mind, what Akatsuki do here is they just go and farm NC, which is a losing move by itself. Even though they won a fight, and but they'll still lose net worth within 2 minutes of within a minute of them respawning, of Yumama respawning. They're back on the map making a move, while Akatsuki is still fixing its lanes. But on the other hand, Yumamba's Leshrak is able to go push out 2 waves and then join his team on the top lane, back to taking or attempting to take the tier 2, and it plays out like this.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
So this time we see that Akatsuki again has is able to win the fight, and they Leshrac survives, but this time they decide to go push mid tier 2. But this is with their only tower damage, a reliable tower damage dead, which is Jakiro. they're gonna have a hard time pushing. So instead, the call should be to actually fix lanes, push in the waves, and establish map dominance or map control, and not let the wards which they are placing get dewarded easily. So instead, they make the mistake of just running into tier 2, which actually gets them nothing. And as you see, lanes are still. If you see, the lanes are still pushing in, top is pushing in, and bottom is pushing in for you, Mamba, which makes them at a better position to take a better fight. While even though the last fight was won by Akatsuki, they just lose their wards and they are back to losing all their advantage. So yeah, well, let's just get to the last fight and we see that
Radiant's bottom tower
the most minimal mistake of
died by scanning. Radiant's bottom tower
so the last fight turns out to be 4v5 with a bad Sand King TP which without a buyback of course which makes Akatsuki lose this game. So when we get a look at the graph, we get an idea of how close this game really was. There was not more than 5k net worth lead at any point in the game, and every time uh, Akatsuki actually won a fight, they lost their advantage pretty immediately because they weren't acting and more of reacting to everything that was going on. So we can. So that's all I got for you today, and until next time.